AI, artificial intelligence. As a small business owner, there's a lot of information out there, too much almost. There's a lot of conflicting information. You don't know really what's true, what's not true. Is this going to make the business more efficient, or is this something I should be very wary of?
How can I make money with AI?
I can't say this on air, but I was like, "F you," and it was like, "Sir, we're going to get you right to the next the local representative to help you right away." I'm like, "Damn, maybe that was the maybe that was the person."
You know,
James was saying you wanted
yeah.
a bot girlfriend
That does not
was nag
surprise
free.
me. That does not surprise. I don't know if I would want like a bot husband or a bot girlfriend, like anything like that.
I made a video of myself as an
Right.
avatar one day.
Yeah.
That was interesting. So
Show the video of this avatar avatar that you made and see how close it is to the actual James Hunter, and can we tell the difference? So if you still have that, you need to send me that and I'm going
I'll
to integrate it.
see if I can dig that out of the trenches, but I'm not sure. But uh, yeah, it's the softwares and stuff that they're utilizing now is just basically you upload something to your computer and it spits it out into an AI avatar, and it's kind of
Right.
interesting. So AI is something that's basically developing, and as we had heard, I think what our broker talked about it, what, 2 years ago? I
Yeah.
think it was 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and how much it was going to take over at that point, and it hasn't really taken over as much as I thought it was going to, but obviously it's something that all business owners are starting to use more and more in their business, and so have we. So
I was at the Global Strategic Forum in Miami this week, and there are a lot of heads of different countries and economic advisors and all of that, speaking. And two themes came up: AI and cryptocurrency. And I think when large corporations are integrating this into their strategy, it's definitely something that small business owners should be looking at on a regular basis.
and what did they talk about more of as the companies using it at the event you were talking about?
Yeah, I mean they were just talking about how it can increase efficiency and how it should definitely be part of your business strategy. And they're applying it to sort of supply chain and logistics, in the larger corporate environments. But what's interesting is that when you're talking about avatars, um, I think the blockchain actually is going to be a way, it seems like, of moderating the risk involved, because that's kind of scary, right? That somebody can put content out there and, emulate or copy somebody through an avatar. The audience don't know if it's the real person or if it's just the avatar. How do you mitigate that risk? And what they're saying and what they said at the conference was that, you know, potentially the blockchain would be a way of monitoring that, and that people would have to sign off digitally on that media content on the blockchain. And that serves as proof that this is the real person speaking and it's not AI.
Wow, yeah, that's interesting because I remember watching something on the news that I forgot it was 60 Minutes or something like that. They were implementing this girl implemented her voice and made an avatar of herself and called her mom or something to say something that was pretty scary,
Yeah.
and her mom was freaking out because her mom thought it was really her.
Yeah. Could you
Oh,
imagine that?
Jesus, man! I'm like, holy crap.
Imagine like you're an employee in a company. Somebody gets mad at you,
Hmm.
they copy your voice, they call the company and say you're resigning from your job.
Oh, it could be scam city too. I mean,
Right.
a lot of the your mom calling you saying, "Hey, baby, I need you to deposit $150,000 in my account,"
Yeah.
because I'm in Taiwan. I'm
Yeah.
locked up in Taiwan,
Yeah.
even though my mom's never been out of the country. Well, maybe once I brought her to Aruba one time, and
Oh,
but yeah.
Mrs.
So
Hunter, we'll
yeah,
take you on vacation. You need to take her to
she don't have to
Beijing.
worry about that. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a definite risk involved, but as small business owners, we're told you should be integrating this into your business model. It can make you more efficient. What are your thoughts on that?
I think so I've got to, I wasn't catching on at first, right?
Hmm.
I was more avid of not catching on to it because, you know me, I'm more of a relationship person. I'm more of,
Yeah,
go in, touch them, feel it, taste it, talk to them, whatever I got to do to really build that relationship. And I think that's the biggest key that I heard one of the business owners talking about last week is AI is great for his business, but he still wants that human touch because that's what actually is growing his business.
right.
And people see this shit, man. It's like crazy. I mean, just the other day, this is a true thing. Just the other day, what was I doing? Oh, I was trying to call about I keep getting this freaking um, bill from my phone bill about Century and CenturyLink. Is it
Yeah,
CenturyLink?
yeah.
By the way, CenturyLink, I don't have any more shit with you, by the way. So quit mailing me a bill. CenturyLink was taken over by what was it, Fibercon or something, some
Okay.
other company. I keep still getting a bill, so I'm like, I can't call them. There's no freaking number. So I'm like, all right. So I've tried some online situations where, you can go on the little online chat. Swear to God, man, the thing kept asking me the same question over and over and over, right? Everything I would say, it'd be like, well, go to step two and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I can't say this on, on air, but I was like, F you. And it was like, sir, we're going to get you right to the next the local representative to help you right away. I'm like, damn, maybe that was maybe that was the person. Because
Right.
if you're in a real situation, guess what? That's what happens, right? Raise your voice, say
Right.
F you in the store. You get management right away, right? So yeah, but I would say on the other hand, right? I had another situation and I forgot what this was. I was trying to change something or do something and I used the AI tool
Hmm.
and literally it walked me through step by step by step. And I swear, even though I knew it was AI, it I could tell that it was AI, but it literally walked me through it point by point by point by point,
Right.
cleared up my issue, and I was done.
Yeah.
So that goes back to me thinking it's good if it's used properly
Yeah.
and the people behind it are given the steps, because obviously there's steps. As long as the steps are given to it properly, then it'll spit it out properly.
Yeah. And I
Kind of like
think,
my boss used to say, junk in, junk out, right?
yeah.
So
And in the mind of an entrepreneur and a small business owner, it's always about, how much is this going to actually cost? How much is the investment going to be in this kind of tool? And how much do I need to moderate this so that it's helping my business, creating more business, helping my brand, and representing the efficiency and the communication capability of real people at the business, as opposed to making them frustrated and actually end up losing clients and losing faith in your business because it's not an accurate representation of what you want your brand to portray and what your brand's all about. And I
yeah,
think it ends up being that fine line that you're treading, right, between the financial outlay that I'm about to make in the tech and in the software. Am I going to have to pay somebody to moderate this?
hmm,
Because as a small business owner, you're potentially, and for most people, not a tech expert. So that's a whole realm of
hmm,
questioning and, assessing how deep to get into this,
yeah.
right?
I think what it does do good at though, it's time is money actually in everything you do. No, every entrepreneur, time is money, right?
Yeah.
So what it does do good job of, and I've noticed this with our companies also, all three of them. Um, when somebody reaches out to the website or something, it immediately gives them a face of asking a couple questions,
Right.
right? So it'll actually engage them right away, which that's good.
Yeah.
But the engagement of when the human gets to that engagement, that's the key.
Yeah.
Because if you miss that part of it, that's where it turns shit,
So it's
because
almost like, the flow chart of that communication
yeah,
and the line of that communication and the immediate attention that that client is getting thanks to AI. But you can't necessarily, is what you're saying, leave them in the hands of AI throughout the whole life cycle of
yeah,
that client.
I would agree with that for sure. 100%.
So, as entrepreneurs, do we need to become experts in AI, do you think?
I don't know, man. We'll see in the next 5 years. But I think eventually AI will take some positions. AI will do some things that we have never even heard. I mean, shit, look at the robots. I
Right.
was just in Miami the other day.
Yeah.
They had one of the freaking robots walking around the streets.
Yeah.
And God bless
Doing
the
what? What
dude
was the robot doing?
interacting with everybody.
Like
Uh,
selling a product
no,
or
just
just,
walking around just like a human. Walked
wow.
across the street. People were like filming it. And then somebody yelled at it and he was like, "Hey, sir, do you think that's appropriate to be talking to me like that?" And I'm like, "Holy shit." Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's huge,
Yeah.
and not to get political, but our Tesla guy that's going to be taking over the technology aspect of the Americans, political scene.
Yeah.
Shit, who knows what's going to happen at that point, right?
Yeah, I
So,
I heard that he's given a robot guard dog to Trump,
Jesus
who's
Christ.
going around the perimeter of Mar-a-Lago. Have you seen those videos?
Yeah,
The
Trump
robot
liable to have
dog.
that thing biting everybody.
As soon as they show up.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Trump, we don't need you having the remote control to a freaking electronic dog. That's for sure.
But yeah, I mean it's pretty wild, and it's definitely an investment. There's no doubt, and there's so many different options there for entrepreneurs depending on what business you're in. It's hard to make those decisions, and you're constantly swamped by all of this information, and it can get out of hand real quick. But one of the things, I think, one of the questions is, what are the risks involved to an entrepreneur
Hmm.
trying to integrate AI into their business model?
I think what it's going to do is it's going to pick up some efficiency practices and make some of the parts of the business more efficient.
Hmm.
But run it, I doubt it. I mean, I wish I'd go pick up a couple checks. I mean, you can talk about that part, right? Go pick up a couple checks
That
from
would
some people
that would have
that
been
owe
nice.
us money.
That
That would
would
be great. Yeah, go get our fucking check.
yeah, that would have been nice. Would have saved me
Yeah, trip, right?
a trip out there
That's
to pick up
awesome.
the checks yesterday. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's I think the algorithm and AI, isn't that one of the fears that Elon has, that AI will be able to do things better than actual humans and will end up having more control over things?
I think if you look and watch some of his stuff, he knows it's going to at some point. I mean, Jesus Christ, he's already making girl dolls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still single. Maybe my dating life is going to be on the upswing here pretty soon with a robot, and I can program her the way I want. She didn't give me shit. I mean,
No nagging.
who knows?
No nagging
Who
robot
knows?
girlfriend.
My God, this could be good.
Nag free. You could create that. That could be a new
That would be
business idea. Nag free robot girlfriend. You can test it out, James, and let everybody know.
nagfree.com. That's ours. We just picked it up.
Vanessa, you have a lot of experience in digital media at a corporate level. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I used to work for Hearst Digital Media. I also work for as a regional manager for a tobacco company out of Canada, and I used to work, in upstate New York.
Yeah.
So I worked with a lot of different businesses, whether it be a small business or a big corporation. We basically went in, we would help their business grow by doing the correct marketing that they needed.
You're involved in the digital media strategy
Hmm.
of some large corporate companies over the years,
Yes.
and we're interested in your sort of take on AI. And you've made that transition now from the corporate world to being an entrepreneur and a small business owner. How are you using it in your business model as an entrepreneur right now? And how do you see the future of AI evolving for small business owners?
Well, first of all, we're using AI every day, whether people notice it or not. I know some people get like really scared of technology. But right now, like, I mean, I use it for everything. I mean, writing emails, we have, assistants for, answering some of our calls. We can't take all the calls. I think it really helps you grow your business because we can't do it all.
Yeah.
And now we're able to have a little bit balance, even though I still don't know what that is.
What's
But
work-life
yeah,
balance, right?
exactly. But we can't be on call all the time. So you're going to have a virtual assistant that helps with that. It also helps when you're just having a brain fart. Like you're just like, I can't think of anything to say to this person. I don't want to think right now. And you can literally plug anything in AI and it will give you an email, it will give you a setup. I mean, anything that you want.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, people are still going to want human interaction.
Yeah.
They still need that. So it's our job as business owners, no matter what level you are or as an individual, to figure out how is how can I make money with AI?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that human interaction is never going to go away.
Yeah.
And you just have to figure out how to integrate that. And you're either going to evolve or you're not.
Yeah.
And it's just about evolving.
It sounds like you feel very comfortable, like you have a high comfort level with using AI. That's not the same for everybody, every entrepreneur, obviously. What advice could you give budding entrepreneurs and small business owners in terms of the best way to integrate AI into your business model and avoid the potential pitfalls?
So I mean, start small
Right.
because if you try to take on everything, you're just going to get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Um, it's really about starting small. I'm sure you're going to need some type of assistant helping with phone calls, taking phone calls, as simple as, writing emails. They'll help you write emails. Obviously, you always still want to sound like yourself, but it'll help you sound more professional, put things together. And it's not that we're not intelligent, but like when it writes something out for you or a business plan out for you, you're like, oh, that totally makes sense. So,
Right.
actually, in a way, if you do it in a way to help educate you, you will actually become smarter and more knowledgeable. Don't look at it as taking over, look at it as educating yourself. And you're going to learn so much. So, but you could put anything about your business into AI or even be like, oh, write me a business plan or what is the future for my business, whatever, X, Y, and Z. It will, write something out for you and you'll be like, oh, I didn't even think of that. And it's like, it helps educate you
Right.
when we're not in school anymore and we're probably getting 1,000 emails for all these different classes or do this, do that. And you're just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But if you focus on something, it will help just advance you altogether. Because even things like, think about like grammar, there might be something that you use and all of a sudden you're writing something in AI, it spits it out and you're like, I never realized I've been writing or spelling it wrong the whole time.
Yeah.
So it does help educate you.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, I'm an idiot.
James needs that.
Yeah, right.
James, you definitely
Yeah.
need that. We use AI really for two things. One is as a virtual assistant,
Hmm.
and the other is as almost a brainstorming partner slash coach
Yep,
teacher for your business.
absolutely.
And the particularly the second area, I think, is an area which is growing, and a lot of entrepreneurs wouldn't necessarily consider, using AI to help them move forward with their business and strategize and those kind of things. So that's a really
Yeah.
interesting
There's
point
gonna
of view.
there's gonna be so many different ways. You just have to get ahead of the game So you just have to start using, whether it just be like, let's say it's called Text AI on my phone. I think it's like $40 for the year, you
Yeah.
know. And then they have the one obviously on the computer, but so when I use that, I mean, it's something really easy because it will break it down. You can look at it and be like, oh, write a caption for social media or write an email. Or do you want it to be funny? Do you want it to be casual? Do you want to sound super intelligent? Like it breaks down all these different formats that you could put it in.
Yeah.
And that's just like an easy way and I think a fun way if someone like started off there.
Yeah.
And then, you can slowly integrate other things. But believe it or not, people that don't even think they're using AI, they are. Even when they get on the computer, let's just say they're buying a house in a different state.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going and doing a virtual tour with virtual offers and all. I mean, and that's the other thing that's expanded the brand. You could be worldwide with anything. So why wouldn't you want to expand your business
Yeah.
to be virtually anywhere you want?
I guess the flip side of that is, do you think there are instances where people are receiving communication, whatever format that would be, and then they're sort of thinking, that sounds like it's been written by AI. That doesn't sound like that person. Do you think, the reader or the audience can detect that easily or?
So when I do something, I do it as an outline.
Okay.
I never just have it spit it out and send it.
So it's not fully automated. So you're
No.
having that sort of review of it and making sure that what you're pushing out is how
Yeah.
you want it to
And that's
sound.
also I mean, obviously you're going to have your automated systems that spit things out, but when you're doing it, take the time to read what is being spit out at you because look at it as a mentor.
Yeah.
Because it's going to help you expand, it's going to help you get better, but you never want to sound like someone that's not you because someone meets you in person
Yeah.
and you're using words and vocabulary that don't come out of your mouth every day.
Right.
You might want to rethink about the emails that you're sending out if you don't even know what that means.
Yes. Right. Excellent. And a lot of people are saying, what's the difference between Googling something and asking AI, I'm going to Google this recipe and how to make it. Or with AI, I'm going to open my fridge, take a picture of the contents of my refrigerator, and then send that to AI and ask them what I could make with it. And that's really the difference between the technology of Google and the technology that we now have in AI, which is very much interactive and problem solving on a
Yeah,
specific micro level almost.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Everything is going to be AI. And I know, that's scary for some people.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be here to see it, maybe we won't. I mean, we're seeing some of it already.
Yeah.
But like people are scared of like bots taking over their job and stuff. Well, I'm sure there's going to be like bot rentals. Why don't you buy a bot?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
James was saying you wanted
Yeah.
a bot girlfriend that
That does not
was nag
surprise
free.
me. That does not surprise. I don't know if I would want like a bot husband or a bot girlfriend, like anything like that. But I would say I would love a bot just to clean up after
Right.
me, come home, have a nice dinner ready, all those things.
Yeah.
I just need a personal assistant
Right.
that organizes my life. I don't need the husband aspect.
Well, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Vanessa, thanks for all of the amazing insights on AI. And we sure appreciate how you're
Absolutely.
using that in our business and integrating that into our business. And we look forward to having you on the podcast more in the future.
Thank you for having me.